I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank you for your support and interest in Never the Same. This summer, we celebrated, me and Ariana, 30 years of ministry. In all those 30 years that we've been doing this together, we've worked with students. We're privileged now to not only be working with students around the country, but also as the lead pastor of Daybreak and my involvement in the National Prayer Committee and the National Day of Prayer. I get to see a lot of different things from a lot of different perspectives, get to meet a lot of people, still are able to travel around the country in the summer at NTS camp and meet thousands of students, hundreds of youth workers, pastors from all over the far reaches of our country, from every size and denomination of church. And I'll say this, that in all those 30 years, there's never been a greater challenge of working with our students than now. I'm sending you this message because I'm asking for your help. In all the time that I've worked with students and all the things I've observed, I don't think I'd have to try to convince you that the challenges of working with students and the challenges that students are facing have never been greater. They've never been more complex. And that's why today, the work that we do with Never the Same has never been needed more than it is right now. We need your help and support to continue to do this work. When I think about the level of anxiety and depression, the rates of suicide, the confusion that students are experiencing sexually, the myths and the things that they're being told that aren't true, the lies that they're believing, this work has never been more important than it is right now. We're focused on continuing to push forward our movement of prayer in every school in America. And we're active in almost every state now in the United States as students are praying through Claim Your Campus. We continue to be laser focused on our mission to see 1 million students united in prayer. I just want you to imagine what that would do to America as that dream becomes a reality. You can help us by your contributions to continue to push forward this important movement of prayer in every school, because we know that prayer equals change, and as prayer is infiltrating the hallways of our schools, we're seeing story after story of change. Students literally becoming healed in their hallways, principals being healed, souls being healed and restored. People giving their lives to Christ led by their own peers right in the hallways of public schools across America. It's changing lives individually, it's changing schools statistically. I want you to know that we're continued to focus on the work that we do at NTS Camp and how important that is. We continue to focus our work with soul exercises on getting students engaged in the Bible, and thousands of students throughout the country are engaged in the Bible on a daily basis through soul exercises. One of the things that's been on our hearts for the last several years that I want to also tell you about, because as you support our ministry, I want you to know the things that we're thinking about. One of the things that we've been really focused on and noticing is what I would call a crisis of pastors in our churches. Throughout the country over the last few years, more and more, I personally and everyone I know in ministry has the same story, is that we can't find people to lead our churches. We can't find youth pastors. We can't find worship pastors. We can't find children's pastors. We can't find lead pastors. We can't find people in these roles, which makes me think, what will happen to our churches in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? We're actively calling and seeking and working with hundreds of students that have responded through the ministries of NTS Camp on what they feel is a call to vocational ministry in their life. We feel like this is an important component of kingdom work that we do now, but also into the future. I'm asking for your help. We've never really typically pushed really hard for people to give to our ministry because we're mainly funded through the events that we run. But now the work is so important and it's so critical, and we need your help. The money that you would give to Never the Same will go to help us advance the cause of reaching a generation. If we do not reach this generation, what will the future of our country and our culture and the world look like? It's urgent. Your help is needed. A gift of any kind will make a big difference. Thanks for listening this far. Thanks for your support, your interest, and your encouragement, your prayers, and your support for Never the Same.